Hi everyone, it's Jen from Mind's Eye, and we're going to do the weekly holistic review for the FDA, the CDC, the DEA, and the DPH, and the community health centers here. But basically, what I'm seeing is that it's a little bit of a continuance on. You have to excuse me. I just need to rub my face, and I just have this like thing where it's almost a little bit of sinus pressure that I'm seeing and I'm hearing from a lot of people. I see it's a little bit residual. I'm seeing that it's a little bit what some people might call remnant, but it's something about this cement deal. And it came up again in a different reading. And when I'm looking at it, I'm like, cement, cement. So when you look at orthopedics, they actually do cement. And when they do cement, when they do it in their apparatus, in their fixture, say if you have a broken hip, they're going to do cement. If there's something with a cement deal, there's like something about this that you just can't even understand why it just goes like a roo. But when I actually look at it, I have to say it has to go through and through and an all to be it all, to know it all, to sew it all, to buy. That I have to say, like, did it really get that far with it? Because I mean, that was an issue when I was a nurse, as a visiting nurse, that there was a lot of post-op infections and we just couldn't understand why, because sterile technique was not broken. So when I see it and I say, I mean, they're adherent to their diet, they're doing really well, the Center of Disease Control is looking like, I just don't understand what's actually really going on. And when I look at it and I say, why is this company coming in? Why is they having outsourcing and oversight all of a sudden in these big community hospitals? Because it is such a big deal about how it goes through that you can't even see it. I mean, this is, I can't even believe it. Now, as we did that, we said, how is that related to COVID? And then we're like, no, it's the crumbling foundations. We're like, why is the crumbling foundations related to a hip fracture? It's cement. Oh, okay. So that's only what I'm seeing as a psychic and what I'm seeing a meeting. But let's actually look at the cards and see what it wants us to see for the week of right now is 2/16 through the 22nd. Here we go. The War of the Roses in reverse. So this card is telling me that there is something beknownst. It is known. It is really kind of a lack of a better term, a cutout. It really is something that you have to do. So basically, what I'm saying is like you have to go back into surgery. We have to look at this because something's just not right. Well, it's like I understand that, but the infection is like I want to know where my infection came from because I did everything right by the discharge summary. So when I say it really is no joke, but it really is the butt of the joke. I mean, you can't even believe it. So when I say everything needs to be looked at, you have to say you can't even do it. You just can't even do it. So when I'm looking at it and I see the Oracle of Delphi in reverse, it really isn't written. It really is true. But when I see it, it's clearing the way. There's like apparatuses like walkers and wheelchairs and beds and gurneys and all of it in the hallway, and you can't even get through, but they're ready to walk out, like literally ready. And when you see it, you have this lookout and it's like it's crashing and burning. You can't even see it. When I see that, it's the energy in topsy-turvy. You can't be it. You can't see it. You can't like A, B, C, D, E. Where is the unit? And then you go, no, I don't agree. But it really goes down to like, like a fixture of like people coming back and they're trying to visit and they want to know everything about the patients. And when they see the patient, they're like, yeah, no. I talked to the charge nurse. And the charge is like, I did not break HIPAA. I did not tell them anything. And it went lax. There's something documented. I mean, when I'm telling you the administrations are looking at everything, no stone unturned. There is something not right. We got the Chamber of Commerce. We had FEMA. Like I said, we've got other things coming through. It's like, what are they trying to line the dot up to? Everything's still up in the air. So when I'm looking at this, let's see what it is. Let's stir up some energy. It really comes down to like, what is this infection base about everything that we see, about bird flu, about maybe travel out of country, maybe you had worms, maybe you had some odd illness. I mean, we screen it daily. We screen this daily and diligent. Where is it coming from? There's like no to it. I mean, it's so straightforward. But really, it has to do with the biggest of issue of like really dementia. And you go, where is this coming from? That is where the strike is kaput. That is where it is. It's something. When I look at this Queen of Scrolls, I actually have to say that there's no going to it or no going about it. But you have to literally sit there and look at everything to everything, nitpick it apart, even to the color of the pill. That's what I'm saying as complete awe. King of Forces, what it's saying is that this force of nature that's just natural, especially when it comes to like OSHA coming in and JACO coming in, and they're looking at everything to the highest degree of nothing, that you can't have a water bottle on the desk, and there's reasons why you can't have a water bottle on your desk. You can't even but I need to hydrate. I'm here like 18 hours. I need to hydrate. Go to the break room. I can't go to the break room all the time. That is the issues at hand right now for this week. So when I look at it, let's go to right to everything in this tarot deck. They're like, I just gotta pick it apart. I gotta pick it apart. What is this? I don't even know where it's coming from. Where did this conversation, where did this topic come up from? You can't even be like blue in the face. Here we go. So really, when I'm looking at the DEA, I'm seeing still like, what was this return to sender? And when I'm seeing the CDC, they're seeing the bird flu. I see like energy to the return to sender. When I'm looking at the FDA, I'm looking at the diet. Like, you can't even get eggs. And then you look at the DPH. They're like, no, onboarding. We're onboarding. We're getting all through this. Community hospitals are like, census is low, and I just don't understand what they're talking about. Like, where is this coming from? Everywhere. There's no prudency. There's no path. There's like nothing. There's no tracking. There's no trailing. There's no tunneling. There's nothing. I mean, we actually like educated ourselves. We learned it on the internet on how to take care of ourselves. Well, that's good. Then that means you don't need home services, do you? And then he goes, there it is. There's the pause. You're supposed to have a pause. You're supposed to have a pause after the hospital. Didn't you guys know that? No, this is absolute monopoly. This is absolute nastiness where you can't even understand how bad it was in here. I can't believe what you did. This is a selling of oneself that you can't even do it. You can't even sue it anymore. You can't even think about it. And I said, it's everywhere. It's just everywhere. They know it all. Yeah, I'm going to just have to see if you have an MPI number. And that is where it crashed and burned. It was the attitudes. And then, like, it is getting really scary because I have to have armed guards now. Well, sometimes it was communication. Sometimes it was admin. Sometimes it was everything. Maybe it was policy and procedure. Maybe it was the law. But really, it had to go down to getting togethers. You should know that we have a pandemic. And you go, thank you. I just went to the grocery store to get my food. And I was wearing a mask and I washed my hands. So there really is no looking to it. Things happen, and that's all you need to know, just going about. And when you see the Three of Swords, and it really does hurt when you actually are trying to use your own words. And I feel like that's where the focus will end up being for the week. That's the issue at hand, but really it is dementia. It's dementia. So when I look at it and I say, yeah, I don't really want to talk about that. How does that start? It can be sudden. No. I mean, it's just little. Like, it starts with the keys. It starts with the pocket. It starts with everything. And you go, here it is. Here it is. We found it. Now go get the evident proof. Healthcare is one of the hardest ones to ever prove something. Everything is so scientific based that you have to run the numbers and you got to have the observancy that it becomes reckless at times, that it is counterintuitive because you saw it, you heard it, you felt it, you were with the patient, you saw the coworkers, you saw everything, and you're like, where are you running with this? It really means that there is like an alleviation of disappointment coming in. It's not completed out yet. It's not sure yet. It really is a struggle. They're like, no, we just felt it, an inkling. We just felt an inkling. This is something that we have to start saying, maybe we do. Maybe we do. There is this easy, like bartering. I have to say that came through. It is type of like separation. And I say, maybe that's probably not the best because many people heal better when, and you already know where I'm going to go through it. It's not the best of like getting justice as far as healthcare goes. When I see this, I said, this is a nasty week. This is nasty energy. This is nasty auras. This is nasty everything. And they're looking at all the labs, even to what they're talking about, at least here in Connecticut, about how these batches of marijuana are showing up in the school. And they're wondering what is in it. They don't know what it is. But this Three of Wands goes, you can't foresee it. It's like you literally walk into the hospital and like, yeah, I'm here. I slipped and I fell and I got pneumonia. And I was coming to visit. It really is an upset. You just can't do. And it's really going to do a halt stop. But there is no securement. And you go, what are you talking about? Yeah, like I do. Like I can go home and I can do these things myself. I don't need to go to rehab. And you go, really, it's about resting though. You're supposed to rest. You just went through a lot. No, I can go home. I know how to take care of myself. And you're starting to hear it again. And you go, I just don't understand what to sue. And you're like, why is there so many lawsuits? But let's actually talk about the denial forms, the increase of denial forms. Let's actually talk about the way that the requests come in, the way that you just can't get anything done because of the way it comes in, the way the denial forms come in, that you can't even see it coming, that it's like a pile on your desk that you can't actually complete. And they're like, you didn't meet productivity for the day. And that's all you need to know. But it really is. They're like, I'm sorry, I forgot. Because I was on the phone for 4 hours trying to get this one done, because when I triaged it, it was health, welfare, and safety of that person as it was written. So that is like this double-edged sword that's going on. When I see the King of Cups, they really are a little bit more balanced than what you think, the healthcare workers. And this comes in and this affirms it, this temperance card. They're really attuned, but there's like this ending for them that's coming in this week. They're not going to see it for a while, though. It's so intuitive that they actually can feel and figure it out. They're like, I already know what's coming in. It's so logical that you can't believe that it actually came true. When I see this, it comes barreling in, barreling. It'll make sense when it happens. See, it's actually showing like Tuesday. There's something about Tuesdays. I don't understand that. But when I see it and I go, why? Why is it always on Tuesdays? Why is it always on Thursdays? Why do we always declare war on Wednesdays? Why is this going on? I don't get it. I don't like this pattern. So when I say it, dishonor, absolute dishonor, because you can see it. No, it really is like a smooth paved path because it's well planned, not planted. There's a logic. It was like, got it, put it on the table, push it down. Got it, put it on the table, push it down. Yep, we already know the dates. It's not toxic masculinity, though it's alluding to it, where they're like, no. It is a little bit like you need to be protective of whatever comes in. It is a positive. It's good. But the last one is, it's the source of where this relief comes in. I don't see outsource at all for those clinicians at all. So when I look at this, and I have to say that the Seven of Pentacles is the energy where you can't really get anything done. But man, going on a lunch break for McDonald's is probably one of the best things that could actually be done for these guys. They're so happy. They don't need the pizza party. All right, next. So Starseed Oracle, let's look. So it's like they have power places, ley lines, trust where you're led. And I'm showing, like, when you look at the globe, there's certain areas, if you look at the globe, and like I talked about before, where you look at the globe and it has the lines, the access grids, and you can see where, yeah, right here on this part of the equator, they had this more of a tick up because measles is back. Thank you. So when you see it and you say, no, I already know it. It's already here. Hold on. Here we go. Codependency boundaries. Yes, you're going to see that a lot this week. Over the next 9 to 10 days, a lot of codependency. There's a lot. All of a sudden you turn around and you're like, yeah, the ED is full again. That's all you need to know. So longing for home, homesick for the stars, that really is coming in more, that they want to be home. They want to rest. And when they're resting, they're really might seeing what you feel out of it, but really they're not. They're very, like, I don't know why they all have spatial awareness. This is like down south. This is somewhere down south that they have spatial awareness. Where did this come from? Look a little deeper. Look a little deeper. Something with the moon and the stars. They're very superstitious, especially with new moons and full moons. So when I look at it, they'll say, yep, I got it. I already know what to do. When I see this, I say, they might be a little weird, the nurses and the CNAs. They're going to do something. They're going to concoct something, and it's going to work. When I see it, they say, yep, it worked. They're up and going. They're socializing. That's a good thing. They were yes to the changes. They did it all. They did it great, where you just couldn't understand. And you say, I am so sorry that I did that. I just did not even understand what I was doing. I knew it. I knew it. Just don't worry. You're not running out of time on these big changes. Keep plugging at it and showing. What is it? It's Doge. Doge coming in. So why would Doge actually come in and say, I'm doing an audit? Why am I actually going to the animals? There we go. It's rare. It's not aligned and attuned. It's not where we want it. So as I'm looking at Doge, I'm looking at Elon Musk. I'm seeing not aligned, not attuned, not on the same page. We're doing an audit. How come? Because we have all these agencies. I see a sweep through like that. And you have to say, it's so low that you can hear it, like through the winds. Like we walk in and like, yeah, I picked up on that a little bit. As soon as somebody says something, you can feel it. It is this like pullback of a feeling. It's counterintuitive. It will come in a little bit more as like a sting of the wind. It feels like the cavalry is coming in, but when I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, it's the auditors. They really are the fire ants. They really are not. And there's one. There it is. So I don't feel like it really wants us to know. I don't feel like it really wants us to know why Doge would come in onto healthcare on all forms. Something was watching. And when you look at this, it goes, it's right there. It was stuck right on the gravel. I'm like, that makes no sense. And I'm going like this. Be careful where you walk and tread. So when I see it, I say there's some things that actually might need to stay in its lane. There we go. What else? Lastly, with us, Literary Witches Oracle. What does the holistic review need to know? There's something that I see about computers with Doge. There's something about electronics and mathematics, statistics and probability with Doge when it comes to healthcare. The numbers were just not right. So when I see it and I see it is the future, you may not like it. When I see the snail, I actually say it comes in through something that was her just going about anyone who was just even with a known name, like politics or anything like that, that you have to say they heard some words and some other things just being normal individuals as they are. that they couldn't even believe how solid this hedgehog would be by looking at the animals and looking at the individuals and then looking at the numbers and how it is. Like they were quick to connect a lot of auditors on what is true. There was something that was heinous. I don't know what it is. That's what they're going to say. These patients are like, teach me schooling. I don't know why it's schooling. They're so point blank they can't understand. And then here's the peacock again. Let's hold on to that for next week. So with that being said, there is like this intellect that we've been hoping to see again, this common sense, where it comes in with holistic, with everything that we know is big healthcare, that is like put it together and do the best that you can. If you need help, let us know. So with that being said, that's all I have to say. It really does not want us to dig too much next week and this week coming. So with that being said, if you have any questions or concerns, go ahead and leave a comment or an email, a like and a share, and we will talk to you soon. Have a good night.